How does it feel, sir, to be taking the important title of Apena after Chief Toye Kuka, who we knew was very prominent and carried the title very well?
Well, in the first place, let me start by saying that I want to thank Almighty Allah for giving me this opportunity to serve in this place for two reasons. The first person who occupied this position between 1898 and 1919 was my great-grandfather. Number two, they just passed away Apena, was my classmate in the elementary school. And I'm about 1.5 years older than he was. And when he wanted to be appointed, the authority that be in the palace then wanted me. Okay. But for two reasons, I couldn't take that position. One, the Constitution states clearly on the declaration, makes it mandatory that that position should be rotated within 2 ruling houses. Chief Toye Kuka was my cousin, and he came from my own ruling house, the ruling house, which is Apena. But because Uega, with his soul rest in peace, lived all his life in London, I was not used to the dealings in the palace. The then Araki thought he would not perform. And he thought the position was so important in the palace that they wouldn't want to hand over the palace to somebody who is knowledgeable enough to know what should happen in the palace. Because Papa was already old. Papa died 5 years later. But I couldn't take it because, as I said, because the declaration does not allow me to do it. Number two, I was so busy in Abuja in government in those days. And I could not leave Abuja when I live in Abeokuta. And the Apena to live in Abeokuta because he must see the cabbage every day. So when he was installed in Apena, I thought and believed that I would not have that opportunity because of his age and my age. I didn't pray that a younger classmate should die before me because of title. So, for these reasons, I have to thank Almighty Allah for making it possible for me to occupy this position. No matter my age now, my physical ability, I thank God. So I feel surprised and fulfilled.
Okay, so a lot of titles these days are not as many young people do not understand the significance of titles these days. They just see it as something that, oh, okay, it's just a traditional title. What does being an Apena mean in this modern age? What does it mean?
Well, I don't know what to mean by saying so. Young people don't know. There are titles and there are titles. There are titles which are statutory.
Yeah.
But there are titles that are honorary. Most of the titles, or most of the chiefs you see around, hold only ceremonial titles. They have no authority. Support them in politics so that they are still here and they continue the journey. And that's why you see you can't find vacant land between Lagos and Abeokuta on this person anymore. And about 50% of those industries are either encouraged or brought in by other people. So So we have tried to inculcate that idea of developing our own place, which has paid off. As you know, the first Yoruba president, the Yoruba land is from Abeokuta. The second one is from Abeokuta. The one who was not a politician, who was not a president, is from Abeokuta. The one who won the election and was not allowed to do it is from Abeokuta. I think you get my point. It's not a coincidence. It's by planning, encourage boys, telling them to make sure the first goal is Omoluabi, not money. You hardly see an Egba person being very, very rich. But you see, most of them are averagely comfortable. That's it. But in some places, you find one or two people being very, very rich. But you see other people, don't see anybody to compete with them when it comes to self-esteem, self-pride. So these are some of the things we are putting to place, and that's one of the reasons why, especially the last Alake wanted me to come because he knew I believe in it. Even when my business partners advised me that to put up an aluminum company in Abeokuta, that will not be as profitable as putting up in Lagos, where the market is, where everybody's coming. No, I decided to put it here. Although I paid for it. I think I get my point. But that's what we do, and we're going to do it. And by God's grace, we are making progresses. So that's why, as I said, it's not a coincidence that we have the highest number of universities in the whole country around Abeokuta.
My own personal last question are two. One is this.
Not last then. What was last?
One is this, sir. When you were first informed that you were going to be made the Apena, because from my investigation, you didn't lobby for it. Because I've spoken to, on what the publication wanted to do, I've spoken with Chief Laila Bode. You understand? When you were informed that you were going to be made the Apena, how did you feel? And what are your plans for Egbaland as Apena?
As I told you, my feeling was that of surprise and fulfillment. The surprise was that I didn't know that Egbaland was going to die before. The truth is that is the highest title and a group person in the cabinet, real cabinet, Uganda can occupy, apart from the district head, which I'm holding at the moment. My plan has been what I've always done, to encourage young ones to continue with the attitude of Omoluabi. Good name first. Give your children good education. Teach them to know God. Teach them to believe in themselves, not in anybody. And to be honest. Because that's the only way to get there and remain there. Some people get there and they are not able to remain there. For people who know me very well, I've become very substantially rich at the age of 32, 33. I had my offices in London, Brussels, Houston, Texas, Rochester, in New York, Kano, Port Harcourt, and Warri, Lagos, Kenya, Lagos, Apapa, at that age. So, it's easier to get there, but to maintain it and to remain there, you can only do that if you have those 4 qualities. You must be honest. People will know you sooner or later. Among those who came to my house, when they were going, you noticed that one of them was not happy because I had to send them out. So, and you must be hardworking. And you must trust only God, not human beings. Because even a friend in position, a friend lost. A brother in position is a brother lost. Because you become a different person the moment you get to that position. It sees you as a lesser person. But God, I repeat, God is the best friend.
Tony.
So I understand that you've been with the seat of power for a while, and
In the what?
the seat of power in Abuja.
What do you mean by that? I was never a minister. I was never.
No, you were close to the seat of power, so you must have seen things that, as you're coming back as an administrator of Egba government now, you must have seen things that at the federal level that you feel like is a good thing and should be adopted in Egbaland. What are some of those things that you believe would do good for Egba that you want to add to the?
From a federal level,
Yes.
I've seen nothing that I want to bring back here. It is true. I've been close since 1970s. I was in the government of Shagari. I was the chairman of Federal Mortgage Bank for the whole of Southwest. And I was close to the military boys. But Nigeria has been bastardized. That there are no more values at all. The values we met, we were brought up with, are no more there. And this, I believe, rightly or wrongly, is because of the type of structure of government we run at the federal level. We copy the presidential system, but are we running the way the Americans who we copy are running it? The major problem that our own system has made us lazy people. In America, it is the federating units that send support to the central. Here, it is the other way around. Everybody waiting in the local government, the state, for allocation from federal. It doesn't give them the genuinity to think and say how they can make money. You think of dividing money. What are you dividing? The people who are copying are always looking for the money at the federating units and send certain facility to central. So that encourages healthy competition between the federating units. But here, the competition is about who can steal more from the center to be brought to their state or to their pocket. So for me, if I have a choice, I know I don't have it, I have the power, I will ask for the destruction of Nigeria tomorrow. But not in the way some people are saying it, give more money to the federating. No, nobody should be giving money. People should be encouraged to raise their own money, work for their own money, and contribute to the center. Because that encourages healthy competition. And that's why we made more progress. When we had the 4 or 3 regions, there was competition between the west, the east, and the north, and later on between the east, the middle, the midwest, the west, and the north. President Awolowo was the first person to bring television. The east copied it. The north started to do it. Awolowo started free education through Chief Awokoya. It was copied in the east and copied in the north later on. The first international stadium was built in Ibadan by Awolowo government. Then we had the Kaduna stadium, the Enugu stadium, and so on and so forth. But now, the competition about who steals more. So I have nothing that I want to bring from the central to Ogun State because there's nothing to bring. a situation where somebody sit down in Abuja and want to tell me in my small local government the type of education I should give my children? What is the similarity? And the same person now tell the people in Sokoto, the people in Maiduguri, the people in Enugu, the people in Aba, the type of education they should give their children. It cannot work. The most progressive countries of the world do their own things differently. China was a British colony. They refused to adopt English language. Today, in no respect, they needed power. So, all this wrong influence, which the British have introduced, or which we have stupidly accepted, is our undoing. And unfortunately, when the military came, they believe in command system. They don't believe in negotiation. That's why Fela called them so big, because if you say something you cannot argue. You don't even discuss it. So, well, how do you develop? So for me, what's your name again?
Olatomiri.
Olatomiri.
Olatomiri, but Olatomiri for sure.
Olatomi.
Yes, sir.
I have nothing I want to suggest to be brought from Central to Ogun State. On the contrary, I want to advise the Central to come and copy a lot of things from Egbaland. The United Nations copied their 5 permanent members from Egba system. We have what we call Omo Yama in Egbaland. The 5 townships that decide most of the most critical things. We call them Omo Yama. And we started it in 1898. The United Nations copied in 1945. We have 5 permanent members. So I would suggest, if you know them in the center, to come to Ogun State, to come and learn how best to run government and have peace and progress in Nigeria.
Thank you so much, sir. We've learned so much we said